Yo, I got hiccups. So if you hear it, I don't even care. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I got hiccups. I don't care. Um, we up. I feel like Rick from Rick and Morty. We up 1,800 on a day. Could have been more. It is what it is. I just want to walk through this trade, walk through what I was thinking, and just get into deeper stuff. Cause everybody wanna, you know how it goes. Follow this model, 100% win rate, all that. You feel me? Dub. Everybody call my phone too. That's a dub. Let's get into this trade. So boom, right? Let's go here. So I'm bearish on the day, but not even on the day. Just I have an initial bearish bias at this point in time because you got a 90-minute intermarket sequential SMT between Nasdaq and Euro USD. I'm gonna give you a source right now. I also got a daily cycle intermarket sequential with GU. Feel me? Off the rip, if you know anything about sequential SMT, there is liquidity behind that shit. You feel me? So I'm not falling for none of this propaganda right here. All of this, cool, fine, right? I'm thinking about the dollar fucking bills behind that. Where that shit at? Give me a second, y'all. Sheesh. I'm not even sick. Like, this shit's blowing my mind right now. Perfect. I'm thinking about the liquidity right here. Right? So, with this in mind, all of this is just, you see how it just left these highs and it proceeds to go lower? I knew off the rip, once we sweep this, we have to go lower. And price moves from sequential SMT to sequential SMT. If you don't know about sequential SMT, you ain't gonna learn it from me. I'll tell you that from now, but go do your research. So going into 9:30, we was building all this liquidity, We started developing sequential SMT down at the low, right? Same thing happened. I see this as a false sequential, and I know we're going to sweep this before going higher. Why? Because there's money under this sequential SMT as well as relative equal lows, as well as swing lows. There's a lot of money behind that. What do you know about manipulation, right? Before any big move happens, there has to be a Judas swing, a false move, right? Here's some sauce. These things happen at the opening bells, which is 9:30 Eastern time, or when red folder news events happen. So manipulation is likely to happen at 8:30, CPI, stuff like that, NFP, all that, you know what I'm saying? 9:30 opening bell. If there's 9:45 news, 10 a.m. news, and no manipulation has happened already, expect that one of those news is going to put in manipulation. So I learned this from experience, and I'll talk about this more in a different video, but this is just me telling you what I know from this. So we got all this liquidity under this level. 9:30 opening bell has yet to get put in, but old me would have jumped in. Oh, I got my sequential SMT, cool. I would have jumped in right here, right? Let's do this. Yeah, I would have jumped in this candle, some kind of like 20-point stop or something like that, so to speak. So I would have jumped in somewhere around here, 20-point stop. After price move like 40-50 points in my direction, I'm going to break even. So this 9:30 open bell would have took me out, and I would have crashed out. I don't want to get break even. I don't want to lose. And sometimes that sends me into a spiral when I see green and then I go back to zero. Work in progress. We all are work in progress. Don't judge me. But, right, I seen this move and I was like, you know what? 9:30 opening bell. There got to be manipulation if we're going to go higher to come back to where the money's at. So, boom. Know that somewhere, there's a guy who went long right here with his stops at the swing low. He got fucked. In 3 minutes, he got fucked. That's how it goes sometimes. You know, it is what it is. I watched this whole move play out, and I waited. And as we took this high, I entered, and I got stopped out. That's what happens sometimes. You played aggressive. It could either just wick and return, or it can go even higher before returning. So, with me being stopped out, and I kept my wrist light, I waited for extra confirmation. Now we took out all this money. Now we got, where is that on the other screen too? We took out all this money. Precision swing point. This precision swing point closed bearish. This one closed bullish. That's a cracking correlation. We already took my money out. This is the false sequential SMT. This is the turtle suit. This is the cracking correlation. We are above the new week opening gap on NASDAQ. We are below the new week opening gap on ES. There's so many cracking correlations, but at the end of the day, my draw is back below this sequential SMT that got put in at 9:30, right? Let's get into that. Okay. I didn't get the whole thing, but here's this, right? See where I entered? Boom. Stops at that swing high. We already took out all the money to the left. So what am I going lower for? You know what I'm saying? We took all the money out to the left. We got to go get the money below before we could go any higher. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in trades, I'm actively looking for what is a reason for me to play defense, to lock in some profits, or to just collapse the trade in general. As much as I say, hold your trades, collapse them motherfuckers sometimes. You feel me? If there's a reason to invalidate your trade completely, and I don't mean emotionally because you're moving like you scared or something like that. If there's no reason for you to be sitting in a trade, get up out that shit. Walk away with some funds. You walk away green. There'll be another day. Now, I'm not saying, oh, there's a bullish fair value gap right there, and it's going to send price higher. No. You just being soft at that point. You see, everything I do here is strategic, right? I took a loss, like you see right there. I'm slowly seeing what price is doing, how price is reacting, to where I can say, okay, I can go from break even to taking a win on this trade and making my actual account P&L be break even on the day, to moving my stops to a $200 day so that I could lock in profits. And if not that, and I see that prices continue to do what I wanted to do, I lock in more profits. Sorry, I'm moving like freaking Rick right now. Let me take a sip of this water, y'all. But I hope y'all really listening to what I'm saying. I'm on this looking for sequential SMT to oppose the direction of my trade, to give me a reason to lock it more profits, or to just simply collapse the trade, or to move stops. But I'm also using ICT concepts. We inverse this on the 3 minute. So I want to see it retest, which it did, and proceed to go lower. We are doing that. This doesn't scare me. Because at the end of the day, the worst case scenario at this very moment, I walk away with $6 or however much adds up to 390 minus 382. It's been a while since I've been in school. Yo, your body is mad funny because I ain't get hiccups in months. I go to make my first YouTube video, full long-term content YouTube video, and I start having hiccups. But I don't give a fuck. We here. So, right? That's all I'm doing. I'm paying attention. I'm wondering, all right, do I trail stops? Do I take partials? I'm paying attention to this. Now, I moved it from worst case scenario, from being break even on a day, to worst case scenario, I walk away with a $200 day. You cannot be mad at walking away with a $200 day. That's one more day closer to a payout. Your worst case scenario is that you're one more day closer to a payout. Rinse these freaking prop firms, bro. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, bro. Like, don't worry about what the next man do. Don't worry about the next man P&L, how the next man run. Make money from these prop firms. You invested what on a 50K, $200. If you even walk away with a band, that's a 5x your investment. You feel me? Rinse and repeat. It'll add up. I promise you. And that's how you end up with 5 accounts. Speaking of that, I got two funded. I got two evals trailing me. That's up 1,500 right now. And when this trade's over, I have to, take a little money away from it. Well, you see, like, I'm watching what price is doing. We respecting bearish fair value gaps. All the PD arrays is being respected. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping my eye on what might cause price to reverse. But I'm being smart about it. I'm like, all right, make sure there's no unnecessary news. Nothing that might fly right through my stop and send me back into the red or nothing like that. But yeah, this is me. I'm swapping through my triads. I'm swapping through the pairs, seeing what we got going on. And when I see this, I want to lock in more profits because we start moving funny at this wick. I know how it gets. Sometimes NASDAQ puts in a failure swing. Sometimes there's SMTs between NASDAQ and micro NASDAQ. So I'm locking in something. But I'm like, I don't want to lock in 1,200. So once we retested this area and we started going lower, I'm trailing even tighter. I don't always do this. This could have been one of those days where I could have left it at break even. But when I lose or I break even already for the day, I want to be more aggressive after that. In terms of like stop placement. Feel me? I could have closed right there. But I'm like, okay, we about to hit TP. We rejected off the wick. So yes, I left about 700 on the table. Could have walked away with more, but that's how it goes sometimes. You feel me? I walk away green on the day here regardless. How do you lose when your TP is 3,100 and your stop loss is in profit $2,200? You feel me? How do you lose? You don't lose. So at this point, I'm green on the day regardless. So that was really just a trade, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Make this a reminder to yourself to focus on your execution, you feel me? When everything that you see is there, don't hesitate. Do not hesitate. Just strike. Let the market do the rest. And you just focus on managing your position. Focus on watching what the market does. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can focus on. So it's like, don't even trip too much about what's going on for real. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes your TP gets smashed. Sometimes you get stopped in profit. But we're here to rinse these prop firms. You know what I'm saying? We're here to rinse them. I'm showing the execution. I'm doing all that good stuff. You feel me? Just looking at what I did. Look at that. It ain't a top tick. But who gives a fuck about a top tick? I'm here to make money, bro. Y'all talking about top tick. Y'all want the TikTok clip so badly, bro. It's not that deep. We here to make bread, bro. Just don't forget that. You feel me? When you comfortable with your execution, when you solid and all that, you could just do what you need to do. Make yourself some funds. 1 to 5R. Easy. Feel me? What did I risk? I probably risked like $4,000. Whoa. I risked like $400. I was thinking about the TP. But, yeah. Just be mindful of that. You know, don't worry too much about what's going on with other people. Don't worry about none of that. TP and get hit. That's unfortunate. That's just how it goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Oh, I was hoping that this shit was muted too. But, yeah. And, yeah. That full TP did eventually get hit. But, after losing, I kind of want, like, I just be so aggressive at that point. And then I remember, oh shit, you know, like your boy, I got the 3 things. The 3 fundeds. And after I close this video, I had to get those back down to 1,500. But yeah, nice little insight of what I did today. See how this YouTube thing goes. But if you want, like, I'm not here for no strategies. If you want real knowledge of how I read the market, instead of just talking about, oh, you got the liquidity sweep and the fair value getting, I'm not here for that. Because no matter what I teach you, it doesn't mean you're going to think like how I think. You're not going to move like how I move. But if you can understand how I read the market and take that without having some strict strategy to follow behind, and you apply my knowledge to your strategy, you might be able to walk away with some funds that you never thought you'd be able to walk away with. So just think about that. You feel me? So if you enjoyed this video, you feel me, like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Holla at y'all. See y'all in the next one.